Hey guys, this is Ghost57 and coming at you from the power of YouTube through the internet itself. Okay guys, we're back with the 2010 Armada, and this is a two-wheel drive version, but we're going to be changing out this old airbox to a K&N used, but new to me, cold air intake. We're going to go ahead and do the before and after of how it sounds, and it should give us about 2 to 5 horsepower, give or take. So nothing major, but I am making this rig for towing, so the more air, the better. So, without further ado, guys, let's jump into it. So we're going to get started today by taking off the engine cover. As you see, mine does not have one. I actually took it off because I am going to be working on this engine bay quite a few more times, so I'm going to keep it off. And plus, I like the look of that exhaust manifold right there. It looks really cool. Definitely nice to see a nice V8 manifold like that. But there should be 2 screws here, and these other ones just pop off. Make sure not to break it, go underneath and unclip it. These should be an 8 or a 10. Don't remember what it was, but you take that off, and then we'll get to the next step. We're going to start right here by disconnecting the negative battery terminal. This is a 10, because we are going to unplug the mass airflow sensor. We don't want anything to short out. Now we're going to go ahead and unplug the mass airflow sensor. Just going to clip it right here and wiggle and jiggle it. Then remove this guy here as well. You can leave that pushed to the side. And now we're going to go ahead and take off a couple different things here. Not really going to need too many supplies. You see right here it says flathead, screwdriver, Phillips, ratchet, extension, 10mm socket, 10mm wrench, 2.5mm Allen, 4mm Allen, and pliers. So we're going to grab our pliers, and we're just going to disconnect these hoses here with our pliers. These have been stuck on here, so try not to break these hoses here. You gotta just kind of wiggle and jiggle. It's almost out. Okay, there's one. Let's get the other one. Same idea. Once you move that, just wiggle and jiggle it back. Okay, perfect. So now we're going to remove the hose intake here, the intake hose with our Phillips, or flathead I should say. Loosen these guys up. We can reuse these later on if we don't have these, since mine is a used cold air intake. Should come off pretty easy, like so. You can go ahead and put this to the side. Now we can take out our old intake filter, air filter here. Put this to the side. This thing looks almost brand new. Well, it's not in bad shape. Put that to the side. And there's our other 10 we're going to remove here. You get that extension. There's the other 10 we're going to remove right over here underneath the air filter. Overall, this is a pretty simple task to do to get you some more performance. It's almost off. Another 10. This one. Now we should be able to pull it up. There we go. Nice and clean. This one that didn't want to come out, but it was loose. So we'll go ahead and put that to the side right over there. Now we have a nice clean area to work on. Well, if you want to, you can go ahead and clean this up since we're there. Might as well. So get some nice clean towels and wipe this off if you want to, just to make it look cleaner. Nissan thought of everything. Get more intake in here. How cool is that? Now we're going to remove this 10mm stud right here. we're going to add this bracket right here, which is shown right here, which is a 07190. Again, mine was used, so I had to bend this in place as good as I could. Not too sure if he straightened it out or what. Again, bad thing about buying new stuff, but this was only 165 bucks for to 300 plus tax, so this is a pretty good deal. Still going to get the work done that I needed to do. Again, just give me a little more horsepower. So I'm using a 10 right back here, and my socket in the front, like so. Tool right back here, and the one in the front, like so. Okay, so now we can put this on. Again, I'm assuming this is going to be the factory bolt that goes in there. Okay, now that we got that there, we're going to grab this guy here, move it right to the inside, like so. You can see that hole lines up pretty well there. There's an additional hole back this way, which is going to line up right there. So let's go ahead and grab the ones we disconnected. Okay, so we have this little bolt, washer, and nut combo. So get right in there like so. Okay, not the easiest, but I got the ratchet back there, or the ratchet up here, and the ratchet wrench down there. This is the one that came with the kit. So keep it nice and sturdy. This one's a lot easier to get to. Nice and snug. There we go. Now we'll continue. We're going to go to remove the mass airflow sensor from our airbox. And we're going to put it on our K&N air filter over there, our K&N tube, intake tube. Look how shiny this thing is. Put it in the same direction, like so. The last owner of this car probably kept this car in pretty good condition for the most part. Not too bad for a 2010. Again, I bought this used, so I'm going to clean this up before putting it in the car. It's a little dirty. Kind of crazy for an eBay seller just to put this in the box without cleaning it. Would have took a couple extra seconds just to wipe it down with some soap and water. But some sellers just don't care. So let's go ahead and clean it up and make it look brand new. Okay, so now we're going to grab the saddle bracket assembly, and we're going to remove this one right over here. This is a ground wire. So we'll get in there. I'm actually probably going to use my socket. It's 10 millimeter, and this is going to attach to that and put that back on. Go ahead and remove it now. Again, another 10. Everything we're using today is a 10. And put this to the side. Okay, we'll grab the saddle bracket assembly. We're just going to put that right in place like so. Of course, facing the saddle towards where the intake's going to be. So far, this is a pretty easy job. The hardest thing was getting to that right underneath there. So, just like so. So go over here. And just reconnect everything, make sure it's tight. And this is a ground wire. You want to make sure it is getting contact to the metal piece here. Just tighten it back up. That looks pretty good there. Let me get that extender. Make sure this is nice and tight. Perfect. This is nice and tight as well. So this looks like it actually came from Fuel Injector Performance Kit Generation 2. So this probably was a part of an injector kit. Pretty cool. I got a pretty good deal on it. So let's grab our next thing. I'm going to grab the silicone based hose right here that is provided. Again, I'm going to have these on here, not extremely tight, just a little bit loose so it can fit over. And I want these facing up so in the future if I need to work on it, it's easier. So this goes right over the mass airflow sensor, or the throttle body I should say. Fits like a glove. Look at that. Okay, let's continue. Okay, now we can go and grab our intake tube. Go ahead and connect it. Might have to loosen this up a little bit. There we go. Now that's nice. You see everything's connecting already. Sitting on the saddle bracket. There we go. Nice and neat. We can go ahead and tighten this down over here. Look how nice we made that. And we're going to have a little adapters to connect into there shortly. But let's go ahead and tighten this down. It's looking like something, guys. Again, this brand new is about 300 bucks. So I got it used on eBay. There's a couple of them used on eBay for under 200. Pretty good savings if you don't mind asking me. I mean, it's always good to save a couple bucks and save this from going into the junkyard or the freaking garbage chute. Save a couple bucks and save the environment at the same time. Again, primarily this should last a lifetime, so you should be good to go. Everything's nice and neat. It's sitting a little bit right over the radiator, which is fine. It's not pressing anything down. My fan still has clearance. I'm just grabbing my other little connector thing here, tightening this down. I like to keep all the Phillips heads straight up like this so it's easier to get to, or I should say the flat head up here, so if I ever need to work on it, it's easier to get to. Makes it a little bit neater as well. So let's go ahead and tighten this down. It doesn't have to be extremely tight, just enough to stop the movement. That feels pretty good. Okay, so let's move on to the fun part right over here. We're going to put these little hose adapters on now. Just pop in like so. Keep that side out. We're going to grab our pliers, put that over it so it holds it in place. I'm going to move this over both of them. You can see this is still extremely loose, so let's go ahead and move this right over both. Make sure that's nice and tight. Now that's nice and tight there. The other side, same idea. We don't want any air getting in there to that vacuum. It's tight. It's pretty tight. Okay. I should hold it in place like so. Nice and tight. Okay, let's finish off with the fun part. So I am definitely going to go back and clean this with the K&N Elf air filter oil kit. I'll do that in a later video, but again, this eBay seller gave me something very, very dirty looking. But we'll go ahead and just put this on today since we don't have the cleaning kit. But overall, it's sort of clean. So I have everything ready to go. Again, these are loose. Not extremely tight, just to hold it in place. This will go right into this hole here. Everything will be nice and flush, like so. We'll go ahead and tighten this down again. I'm trying to keep everything uniformed in the same direction here. So I'm just going to tighten this up like so. Pretty happy that the eBay seller actually included everything I needed for this. Again, it looked like it might have been missing one screw, but overall they did a pretty good job. Again, $165 compared to $300 plus tax. This is a steal. You're still going to get the same performance, and these filters last a lifetime as long as you keep them oiled up and cleaned. Again, I'm going to go back and show you how to clean this in a later video. I don't have the cleaning kit today because in the pictures it looked a lot cleaner. So let's go ahead and install this. Okay, time for the piece de resistance here. Try to put the pretty side here. Okay, let's go ahead and tighten everything down now. And then this thing should be ready to go. We'll go ahead and compare the before and after. I already took a before. Can't wait to hear how the engine sounds now that it has nice airflow going into the engine. And don't forget to plug this guy back in over here, like so. Before you take off, and a bunch of codes will pop up, so that's good there. And let's just tighten this down. Just make sure it's nice and snug. Okay, not too bad, and that's the finished product right over here. Again, this one was used, but it came with everything I needed to get this bad boy up and running and on the road. Not too shabby. And don't forget to reattach your negative terminal. If you don't do that, the vehicle won't start. So let's reattach that and then jump into the Armada and see how the before sounds, and then we'll see how the new one sounds with a cold air intake from K&N. Stay tuned, guys. Hopefully it's a big difference. I'm wishing so. Now that sounds a lot better. You can hear the engine itself in its rawest form. Just by adding a simple cold air intake can make a big difference. It even felt a little more powerful too. Again, 5 to 7 more horsepower. You won't really feel it, but again, it felt good to me, especially since I bought it used off of eBay for only 165 bucks. The link from the Amazon will be right down below for the cold air intake brand new, so you don't have to deal with all the little screws and stuff like that missing, and so you don't have to deal with anything dirty like mine. Anyways, guys, if you liked what you saw, please hit the like button, subscribe. If you have any questions or concerns, leave them in the comments down below. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Ghost57 out. Bye-bye for now, friends. Ta-ta. See you soon.